Hey y'all, so we're heading to Old Salem. We're gonna check out the place, get some good footage. There go Bay.
What up, peeps?
So right now we're walking. We're at the we parked somewhere down that way. We parked at the visitor center, so we got quite a ways to go. So apparently we done found where we're going, because my peoples are sitting out there. Unfortunately today we are on CP time. If you don't know what that is, go look it up.
You know what?
CP time. Alright, we'll be back.
And then make a left and just follow that along here, okay?
Right.
And then this, as you go to the buildings along the track, you'll find these are names and what they, you know, how they started and what they're all about. Okay, so this is a good guide as to what that is. Okay, and we have the gentleman here.
Yes.
And then you can, Miss Perrette, you and your friend here, welcome to the refreshments. We have Moravian sugar cake,
Get some water.
fruit, nuts, and we have coffee, juice, and
Thank you.
I'm trying to tell my mom, but you just leave, yo. I'm trying to tell her that.
And shoot. So we just start walking from here? I mean, you want to be in my video? Can you take it?
Start the movie tomorrow.
Go ahead. Oh, that's what you do. Don't ramble.
Welcome to the historic town of Salem, North Carolina.
That's the stuff you
Have
say.
consent with their mama. No, you two be tripping about kids.
Here you may interact with costumed interpreters engaged in the daily tasks of the 18th and 19th centuries. Salem's unique history. Special events throughout the year highlight the history of Salem and our country.
Yeah. We're heading to the bridge. That'd be what?
What's going on? How y'all doing? Good afternoon. Good boys, it's still morning. I don't know what time it is.
So, so we are heading to the bridge and get some footage. I mean, that's what you thought. So we're on the bridge. And then we got Bay over here climbing the bridge apparently.
We're going to go ahead and get a slideshow for you if you come in before you get started. That way you'll understand the history of the site here, how things evolve and change.
Be buried in their graveyard. And so by law, they had to have a parish graveyard for any non-Moravians who happened to die in or around Salem. And since you had to be a member of the church to live in Salem until 1856, the stranger's graveyard was never very large, but it was originally here on what was the south end of town at that time. We're actually farther south of the tavern, which is actually outside of town when it was built. By the 1820s, however, changing attitudes amongst the Moravians as they're progressing into away from being German immigrants and to being born and raised American Southerners, they become more segregationist to the point where, among other things, took up all of the original gravestones from this graveyard. And unfortunately, they didn't keep track of which gravestone was taken from where. So we know the names, we know the dates at which they were buried, but it seems that burial in this graveyard was not done in such an orderly manner as God's Acre, where you could figure out which grave is which by the date. So we can only tell basically the size of the grave thanks to modern technology. And graves have simply been marked either as child or adult. The actual names of the people buried here have been recorded on the marker on the left. You can't find a Moravian grave from photography because the gravestones lie flat. So we were able to put it back in its original location, but they put it back in backwards. They assumed, naturally, that the graveyard faces the street because that's presumably the front. It's the front of the church. Moravian graveyards, however, are oriented to face east, partly to meet the sunrise for the Easter sunrise service. So her gravestone was put in backwards when it was put in there. It should be facing that way. Now, does anyone have any questions before we actually go into the church? Are you trying to keep a separate group, or do you want to join us?
No, but you all go on in. If you'll leave the door unlocked,
I can do that.
I'll share with them the graveyard will come in.
Alrighty, sounds good. Okay. The church, as I said, was added in 1890, and it was intended to expand the upstairs balcony and add classroom space. The original church was just a sanctuary. And once the 1861 brick church was constructed, the original log church was used for a variety of different other things. So this is one of the classrooms that was added in the 1890 expansion. As was common in those days, the boys and girls would be separated. There would be a boys' Sunday school class and a girls' Sunday school class. And the balcony upstairs could also be closed off and used as a third classroom space or meeting room or what have you. Of course, just like today, a church is not just a place of worship, but it is also a community center. Anytime you need to gather a large number of people into one space together, a church is pretty good for that. We currently have this room set up for the Love Feast. This is actually the only cook stove you'll find in any of our buildings. Most of our buildings that we show you are from before this time period, when they're doing hearth cooking in most of the houses. But the Love Feast is a traditional Moravian ceremony that dates back to the 1730s in Germany. What we today call the Moravian Church has been officially named the Unitas Fratrum since the 1460s. They had been practicing in secret in the kingdoms of Bohemia and Moravia that make up most of the Czech Republic today, and they emigrated just over the border into modern-day Germany. When the expansion was added to this building in 1890, they took a bit better care of reporting who was buried where. And these three fellows in particular are rather interesting because of when they died. To be frank, this part of North Carolina was so unimportant that no one was really fighting over it for most of the Revolution. So the only fighting that we experienced was towards the end of the war, when Nathaniel Greene is basically trying to slow down Cornwallis to set him up for the defeat at Yorktown. And he's basically dragging Cornwallis through the back country of North Carolina at the battles of Kings Mountain and Guilford Courthouse. In between those battles, both armies left wounded and sick soldiers here in Salem to recover or not, and these three fellows at least didn't. Now, 1780 is
came here one time and they were having like a little skit.
By the Old Salem organization in the 1950s when they were deciding what to save and what not to. And they tore down basically anything that had been built after the Civil War, with a few prominent exceptions. But this being one of our later buildings, that does mean that we actually do have a lot of the original pieces of it still here. And for one, the church pews are original. They've been repaired and maintained over the years, but they've never been wholly cleared out and replaced with new ones. And as the building is air conditioned, the balcony would be a very, very warm place this time of year, of course. And this room would be filled with benches historically. However, the classroom space downstairs is currently eaten up with the bathrooms on one side and being set up for the love feast on the other. So we recreated the classroom space here in a somewhat inappropriate location. But they did have a Sunday school here for, well, they had a Sunday school at the log church.
Oh, bee. Anybody allergic to bees? Huh? What? Oh, are you allergic to anything?
Okay, so right now we're at Old Salem.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna call this the end of part 1. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
Always.
and I'll see you again.